So I decided to join a test club, and to my amazement I actually got a big box of pans. And then we've got the big box here, but you can see there's a huge selection. The good thing about it, just having a look here, so we've got 3 saucepans, 1 pan and 2 frying pans. And this is also good for all hobs as well as induction, and in my case it's induction. And there is actually a nice guarantee there as well. I'm going to pull these all out. Very excited. I know it sounds a bit daft, very excited, but this looks like a very good set. And also, at the bottom, we have 2 frying pans. Now, one thing I have noticed about these are the fact that they're quite heavy, they're quite sturdy. So this is what my table looks like at the moment. This is the club that I joined. And it's called Home Tester Club, and this is what they sent through. So what we're going to do here, let's have a look, let's see if we can do this by just using one hand. I am so excited about this, can you tell? Okay, feels good. It is quite heavy. It is quite heavy. And the really good thing about it is there's 2 different sizes here, which means that if you're just trying to do 1 egg, for example, you're just frying an egg, you don't need to. So this works for 1 person as opposed to a few. And then obviously what we've got here is we've actually got a bigger pan. So if you've got more than 1 person that you're catering for, you can put a few eggs on there. So it's a good size there as well. And again, it feels, it's all nice and smooth. But they feel like they're made to last, which is what I like. So I'm just going to take these off. What have we got here? The only thing I'd say, guys, especially if you're watching this, is there's a lot of plastic here, and that's not necessarily good, but I'm hoping, the good thing about it is that I would actually say that they look like they can be reused for things, which is why I always keep them. So packaging, maybe more sort of environmentally friendly plastic. So apart from that, amazing. So let's sort these pans out. What I like is the fact that you can actually stack the pans quite easily, and the same with the frying pan as well. Kind of limited with handles, but you could do this. So you've got everything pretty much stacked, especially if you have only got a small kitchen and you're kind of limited with your cupboard space. So that does seem to fit all right. I don't know whether we can make it even more restricted, or we might have it like that. So this is the stew pot. Comes with a lid. And the stew pot is about 24 centimetres. That is 7 litres and caters for about 4 people. Next we have the 18 centimetre saucepan. Next we have the larger of the saucepans, which is 20 centimetres, which is approximately about 3 litres. That will cover about 2 people. So I've got the smaller of the saucepans, which is 16 centimetres, currently on the stove. I'm doing peas with that, and that covers 1 person. A saucepan with a lid, this is 18 centimetres, approximately 2.2 litres, catering for about 2 people with a lid. This is the smaller of the 2. This is 22 centimetres, approximately for about 2 people. And then finally we have the next largest one, which is at 26 centimetres. And the 26 centimetre one is catering for about 4 people. So you can see that we've got a good selection of pans. Great thing about it is that if you wanted to hang any of these up, they've got very large, wide holes. So if you've got particular hooks which are large, or also they might be quite thick hooks. The handles are very sturdy. Now the interesting thing which I noticed immediately after I opened the box was the actual lids. Now have a look at that. The great thing is that it's not just a knob, it's actually a handle to the point where you can actually slip your fingers in. So for example, if you do have any sort of problems with your hands, it may well be that you actually have problems gripping things, and that applies to all of the pans as well. You see that? Okay, that's in all of the pans. Just a quick glance, you can see them there. And that means, I had to look this up, basically get a clue of when your pan is at the ideal temperature. And what will happen is this circle here will be solid red. So it will go completely solid red. Writing and the actual timer kind of symbol thing there will disappear, so it will be solid red. And that will be a clue that your pan is at the optimum level temperature-wise to start cooking. So we've got just got some peas on there. Now one thing I did notice is the shape of the actual saucepan itself. Now it's not particularly curved at the bottom. If you can imagine a cake tin, then this is pretty much what you're looking at, but with a handle. And the handle's actually pretty long. One thing I will say, this is the smaller size, but because I've got water and I've got peas, it does feel a little bit heavy, but again, solid. And then we've got the lid. You can see the distance between this, just makes it nice and easy. The thing I can see is there's a hole here as well, and that goes all the way through, so it's a nice way of releasing the heat, so that's less chance of it bubbling over.